while people are continuing to jump on here, I'll talk a little bit about today's circuit. Today's circuit we're going to do, it's called a descending pyramid. So we're just doing the back side of a pyramid. You go, we're going to start at 8 and go down to 1 for every exercise. So we'll have pairs of exercises. We'll do 8 of the first one, 8 of the second one, and then 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4. Might not necessarily make it to 1 because we only got 3 minutes. So there's going to be 3 minutes to do the work in, 1 minute rest in between, and then we'll go on to a different pair of exercises. Okay, so this will take, with the rest built in, let's see, 12. This will take about 24 minutes once we get into the work. Well, good morning, Sung-hee. How are you?
Morning.
Nice to see you. Okay, so we're going to get rolling here. Let's start off on the foam roller as usual. Remember, if you don't have a foam roller, you can use some sort of a ball or really any kind of object that you have at home. We're going to start off right on the back of your legs. So rolling your calves in between your ankles and your knees. Just give a couple passes there. So Kelly's using the roller, I'm just using a ball. Just give a couple passes there and then move the roller up between your knees, or between your knee and hip. So just rolling the back of your legs there. Let's roll over to one side. Roll over to one side. You're going to roll down the outside of your leg. So it might be a little bit tender. And switch to the other side. And last part, taking care of your legs, we're going to roll over, roll on the front of your thighs. Equipment needed for today. It's going to be mostly body weight, but one weight that you can press over your head. And if you have multiple weights, that's great because you can change them throughout the workout. The kind of, I think the limiting factor in terms of weight is going to be we are doing a push press later on, which is like using your legs and kind of pressing the weight up over your head with your shoulder. It's like a shoulder press, but you can use your legs to help. So that might be the limiting factor here. Keep that in mind as you're picking your weight. All right, we're gonna sit down on the roller. Sorry, not quite done yet. Have a seat on the roller. You're gonna sit on your right cheek and cross your right ankle over your left knee. So cross your ankle over. Yep, tilt to that cheek. There you go. This is where if you have some sore spots, it's good to kind of sit on those, hang out for just a second, try to get them to relax. If you're using a tennis ball, you're probably, or some kind of ball, you're probably not crossing your hips, your leg over. That's okay. Switch to the other side. And good. All right, so we're gonna stay on the floor here. And let's point the bottom of your feet up towards the ceiling. Belly's gonna stay strong. Push your lower back into the floor, right? So we're just gonna lower one heel down to tap the floor, bring it back up, and we switch sides. So we'll alternate feet. Alternate feet until we've tapped each heel 8 times. From there, you're going to stay on your back. You're going to pull your knee in towards your chest, pushing your heel down into the floor to lift your hips up. So we're just doing a glute bridge here or a hip press from the floor. Again, we're going to do 8 of these, and then we'll switch sides. Making sure that as you push your hips up, you're keeping your knee close to your chest. So we don't want to reach your knee up towards the ceiling as you do this. Once you're done there, we can go ahead and stand up. From here, we're going to go feet wide, and then hands to the floor. So wherever your hands need to be, they can be out in front of you. You can be back, working your way in between your feet. So just getting a hamstring stretch there and a little bit of a groin stretch. Now from here, we're going to take, let's take your right hand. You're going to keep your left hand rooted down into the floor. Taking your right hand, you're going to reach up towards the ceiling, try to rotate through your upper back. And we come back to the middle. Let's switch hands now. Right hand's going to root into the ground. You rotate up. Alternating. Let's do each side 5 times. Make sure you're trying to open your chest up, not just get your shoulder back there. So if you have good shoulder mobility, that's good. We want that upper back mobility to go along with it. So really trying to open your chest out to the side. Once you get 5 each side, we'll go ahead and take a big step forward. So we're going to take a lunge step forward, try to keep your back leg straight. You're going to drop your heel down towards the floor. And then whatever leg is back, you're going to take that arm, reach up and across, and we're just holding for a stretch. You should feel a nice long stretch from your heel, maybe up through the front of your hip, maybe through your abs, and up into your shoulder here. And let's go ahead and switch. Dropping your back heel down towards the ground. And good, let's go feet out wide again. Actually, we're gonna start with feet together. We're gonna step out to the side for a lunge, lateral lunge. So we step out to the side. We're gonna come together, close up. So the foot that stepped out, you're gonna bring it to be the top of the T. Your feet are gonna make the letter T. Should be rotating into that, that hip. So step out with your left, and then put your left foot in front of your right. Should feel a stretch in your right hip. So we step out, bring them together. We'll do it 8 times. We're really drilling the number 8 here today. Make sure as you turn, you should feel that stretch as a rotation stretch in your hip, not any kind of torque or stress on the knee. And last bit of warm up here. So we're going to do a reverse lunge, and then you're going to bring your knee up and press in. So my arm's going to be straight, right? And I'm going to bring my opposite knee up to the heel of my hand. And right now I'm really driving the heel of my hand and my knee together, right? So I'm staying nice and tall, push that knee into my hand. So we drive, and then we're gonna reverse lunge. So step back, come up, drive that knee into your heel, the heel of your hand. Just like they stuck together, they glued together for a full second. So we step back, bring that knee up and across. Good, so remember you're gonna be gluing it to your opposite side hand. So if you're lunging backwards with your left leg, you're gonna push your left knee into your right hand. Let's do 8 each side. Keep that arm nice and strong, like you're trying to push your knee down while your knee is trying to push up into your. Okay, last bit of warm up here. We're just gonna get things fired up a little bit. If you have a weight, if you have a kettlebell or a weight, you're gonna set it right in front of you. All right, so we're just gonna do some toe taps here really quickly, just 10 seconds. You're gonna see how many you can get in 10 seconds. Now, this might be just a march for you, that's okay. So we're marching, tapping your feet to the handle, okay? Or it's here. Okay, so we're gonna go 10 seconds. Ready, and go. Three, 2, 1, and good. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna go descending pyramid. So we're gonna go from 8 reps down to 1, maybe if you have time. And the first 2 exercises are jump squat and push-up position with the elbow touch. So what it's gonna look like is 8 jump squats. So we just squat down, jump up, okay? That may be anywhere from a high jump to just bringing your toes up off the ground, whatever you're comfortable with. So that's a jump squat. And then the push-up position with the elbow touch. Again, the goal here is to keep your hips centered, but you're just reaching up and touching your arm. We're gonna go 8 each side there. Then you're back up for 7 squat jumps, 7 touches each side, 6, 5, 4, 3. So we've got 3 minutes to see how far you can get with these, okay? So that's the first pair. All right, then we'll take a 1-minute rest in between, and then we'll move on to different exercises, but okay. So no weight needed for this one. And we got 3 minutes to work, starting with 8, working your way down to 1. Ready, and go. On the push-up position, you might find it easier if your feet are wide and your hands are narrow. It's easier to lock yourself up in the middle that way. We're halfway through the 3 minutes. It's not about finishing. It's not about finishing. It's more about getting really good quality reps in. Make sure the jumps are big, strong. Make sure the landings are even better than the jumps. already on threes?
Yes.
We're at 2:30 right now, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. You may finish this one. It's okay. All right. Okay. So that's the 3 minutes. I'm going to call an audible here. We're going to have to probably go 10 because that went pretty quick. So instead of starting at 8, we're going to start at 10. That means we're going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way down, or whatever the 3 minutes allows. Okay, the next one you will need a weight for. 2 exercises here. We're going to do a goblet squat. So the weight's right here, holding the handle right up under your chin. You're sitting down like you're sitting on the couch, and then coming back up. So nice and simple, down and up. Try to get your thighs to parallel if you can. So it's 10 goblet squats, and then 10 swings, kettlebell swings, or deadlift, right? So a swing is basically your hips are pushing forward and backward, right? And then as you pull the kettlebell through harder, it starts to raise up. Okay, so there's no lifting with your arms there. It's all hinging forward and backwards with your hips. If you know that those bother your back or whatever, because we do have some people who are not doing kettlebell swings, that's fine. It's just going to turn into a slower version of that where you're lowering your hands down just below your knees and coming back up. So same movement, but you're not pulling the kettlebell through. You're just letting it drop down towards the floor. Okay. So either a swing or a deadlift there, right? So goblet squat and swing. This one kind of sucks because you may not put the weight down. You might not put the weight down, I should say. You can, but if you're working your way through, you may not. Okay. All right, so we've got 3 minutes. Sorry. Okay, ready, and here we go. Make sure the swings are more of a hip hinge. Your knees won't be bending while you do that. One minute in. On the goblet squats, your feet are going to stay flat on the floor. Nice even pressure through your heels and toes. Feel free to set the weight down anytime you need to. We're a minute and a half in, so a minute and a half left, halfway there. 45 seconds left. Number you on?
6. That's 8, 10.
Yeah. Fifteen seconds left. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Good.
I got to 3.
Almost. That's fine. That's good. Okay, yeah, like you may not have finished that. That's totally fine. That's not really the point anyway. 50 seconds to rest here. I'll explain the next ones. We've got a kettlebell or a dumbbell push press and rows. Okay, so these are both upper body exercises. I guess the push press is kind of whole body. But you're holding the kettlebell off to your side. You can use your legs, so a little dip. Then you're going to drive the weight up towards the ceiling. 2, 3, 4. So you do 8 on one side. We are going to stick with 8 on this one. We'll see how it goes actually, but start with 8 because this is a little bit more, I guess, tough on the shoulders. And then 8 on the other side. Then you'll just set one foot back, pulling your elbow up towards the ceiling. So you use the weight of the kettlebell, get your chest facing the floor, and we'll pull up to the ceiling just like that. Think about somebody's got a string on the back of your elbow. You're gonna pull you up to the ceiling. All right, so we got 15 seconds of work, or sorry, 10 seconds now till we work. If shoulder press is bothering you, just lay on the floor and do a floor press. So it'd be like a bench press laying on the floor. And here we go. Remember with that shoulder press, you can use your legs, little leg drive, push it up. Be a lot of core involved here too. Remember, we're starting with 8 on this one.
You never really said go.
Huh? 1/2 there, guys. One minute left. Remember, you can use your legs on that overhead press. It's not a straight shoulder press, just a little dip with your knees and pop the weight up. 20 seconds left. 10 seconds. And relax. Good. Okay, 1 minute break here. Then we're going to go back through those 3 pairs one more time. So we go, next one is going to be squat jump and the push-up position with the elbow touch. Just working your way at your pace between those 2 for 3 minutes. We are going to 10. Yeah, 10 on this one. So we finished a little too soon on the other one. So this group will be 10, the next group will be 10, and then we've got 8 for the last one. 10 seconds till we work. Remember on those squat jumps, think about spreading that floor apart with your feet. Makes your hips nice and strong as you land. Ready, and here we go. Shins should be, or knees should be right out over top of your feet. Not letting your knees cave in towards each other as you jump and land. At, 1 minute in. Halfway there. One minute left. Remember, you're working at your pace here. Your pace, your size on the jumps. Making sure everything's really locked up with those, with the push-up position. "30 seconds left. Bring on here.
5.
10 seconds. And time. Okay, rest for 1 minute.
No, my wrist.
As you're resting, remember the next one is going to be goblet squats and swings. Starting off with 10 of those. Working your way down. It's like something about, there's something about, like, so jumping gets your heart rate up. And then when you have to hold that plank, something like that makes it really challenging. 15 seconds left to rest. Let's get your weight ready for the goblet squat. You have the luxury of having a couple at home. It's nice to be able to pick and choose right now. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Start with 10. Making sure your heels are pressing down through the floor as you do these. Put the kettlebell or put the weight down when you need to as you rest. One minute in. If you're doing the swing, remember your hands should be nice and high. The kettlebell should really be passing right between your knees. That's the kettlebell, so that means your hands need to be higher than that. Halfway there, minute and a half left. The more you press your heels through the floor on the squat, the more glutes you're going to use. Right? So if you're really feeling it in your quads or your knees, just try pushing your heels down through the floor a little bit more. One minute left. Twenty seconds. 15. My legs are sweating. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. So working our way into our last 3 minutes of work here. Remember, this one's all upper body. It's a push press. Remember, dip those knees, press the weight up towards the ceiling. It's almost kind of like the weight's on your shoulder, and then you're using your legs to get it started, right? So you'll use your legs to get it started before it even raises up towards the ceiling. Kind of just like a whole body shoulder press. Okay, so 8 each side, and then 8 rows. Okay. So make sure we're doing 8 each side. 20 seconds left to rest. Last push here. If you're not an overhead person, you can lay on your back and just do a floor press like this. So you're pressing in front of you rather than pressing up to the ceiling. Or I'm sorry, rather than pushing up above your head. All right, ready? And here we go. 1 minute in. On the press, you should end up with your palm facing forward at the top. So let that palm rotate forward at the end. Over halfway, guys. Halfway there. Oh, I'm sorry. 1 minute left. Gotcha. $30 seconds. $10 seconds. Make sure chests are facing the floor on the row. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, that's all we got for this morning. Good job, guys. Nice to see so many of you joining us. Sung Hee, hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you, it was
Thanks
great.
for joining us.
That was great, Brian.
Good one?
Yeah,
All right, good deal. Nice to see you there, Ted.
even my daughter joined us.
All right. I like your robe. I have one just like it. All right.
Thank you.
Ted, good to see you. Carol, good to see you. Steve, have a great day.
Thanks.
Who am I missing? Sorry if I missed you. I think they're closing out. All right. Have a great day, everybody. See ya.